Ahoy, divers, and welcome back to Deep Dive Gaming. I am the Mariner, joined by Hiro for Stream
Yo,
of Consciousness, episode 47. And despite what I said yesterday about. Let me fix my camera. Despite what I said yesterday about talking about Zelda, neither one of us took the time to do research over the weekend, so we're going to do that next week. Ahoy Twitch, ahoy YouTube, ahoy Rumble, ahoy Cake from the Lagging Out Legion, or for the Lagging
they'll
Out
kick
Legion.
you
Oh,
out.
okay, well, ahoy Lagging Out Legion as well. Talk please, apparently here Mojo needs to audio check you.
Okay, yeah. I just turned on all my monitors, so it should work.
Bwahaha. How
Oh
do we
my
do that?
gosh.
So yeah, we tried to grind out really fast a sound. He says you sound. She says you sound good. Bleh. Tried to grind out a thumbnail really quick for the stream. We got something, not the best thing, but I wasn't able to also apply it to YouTube or chat or YouTube or Rumble before we got going. So look for that thumbnail after the stream.
There we go. We should be multi-streaming now, or whatever, co-streaming.
We did knock. Did it not knock?
I
Yes.
picked it up. It should be going now.
It should be, but I think I accidentally forgot.
You didn't turn on your audio on your side, it looks
I
like.
did not. I did not turn on the group chat, shared
Oh,
chat. There we go.
there
Huzzah!
we go.
I accidentally closed the tab out too soon.
Yeah, I
So
apologize, Mojo. Click decided not to authenticate. I have to re-authenticate it on my Streamlabs.
okay, well, anyways, we decided ad hoc. Well, I decided, and Hero went along with it as usual. Um, I'm actually gonna move. Actually, you should be okay. But I decided because I've had it on the brain. Starfield versus No Man's Sky, because with the recent Voyager update from No Man's Sky, they have surpassed, maybe surpassed is not the right word, reached and outclassed Starfield. And ahoy soda pop.
What up, Soda?
I need to move my other computer over to this side so I can see and the chat and face the camera at the same time. Okay, so anyways, what we've got, this is gonna be awkward. Why is that? Oh, okay. So, anyways, I did really quick. I looked up this article. New Starfield story DLC announced. So we're gonna briefly go over this before I've got two articles, and then we're gonna go through a little bit of Twitter X action so I can demo how No Man's Sky is definitely doing better than Starfield. Hero, request on your side while I'm going over this. Can you look up the current player numbers for both Steam and No Man's Sky?
Sure.
Okay. Because that'll help also. And ahoy Kiori. So, I'll read some of this. So, a Bethesda developer has confirmed that Starfield is receiving a new story DLC alongside free updates and gameplay improvements, because it needs them. Starfield's first story DLC, Shattered Space, was released in September of 2024. Oh, look, it's been a year since we've had a DLC from Starfield, or from Bethesda for Starfield. The expansion receives high praise from fans. This is a lie. This is gaslighting. This is blowing smoke. Any other expressions you want to give to this, Hero?
I think you've got him. If
Yes,
in, to answer your
Starfield versus
question,
No Man's Sky. Sorry, Mojo.
the
I'm
Steam
suddenly
player count for
warm.
No Man's Sky is currently 72,302 that are
Say
live.
live of No Man's Sky.
Yep.
Okay.
And the current player count for Starfield is 47,000.
So 47,000 Starfield. How many? 72 something for No Man's Sky?
Well, I got two numbers. The Steam DB says 72,000. The live count is 74,000.
Okay. Still, that's almost twice Starfield.
Yeah.
Hmm. So, anyways, this is yes, this is this article on the Starfield DLC expansion being confirmed. This article is what this is about. So the expansion received high praise from fans, though it did not manage to revive the game's dwindling player count in any meaningful way. Depending on the reception of the second DLC, that might change. Really? Really?
Might. It might
Might.
change in the negative too.
Yeah. It might
Just
go if it's like this, it's gonna go because Starfield fundamentally is damaged. It did not do what it promised. It is. I even watched a YouTube video. I sent a link to, to Mojo. I think it was Mojo. Maybe you, Hiro, saying that Starfield was a fake game. No, I sent it to someone else entirely. Yeah. So there's a YouTube video. You could probably find it. Basically, just go Starfield fake game and search, and you'll probably find it. But the guy's arguments for why it was a fake game, perfect. So back on this, Bethesda has been hinting at the existence of a second expansion for Starfield for some time now, as Todd Howard himself confirmed plans for year 2 updates. It's been 2 years, Todd. Year 2 updates for this title all the way back in June 2024, which included a DLC. The company has remained tight-lipped about the exact nature of what it will entail, because they don't want to get pilloried to high heaven. However, a patent filed for the name Starborn recently surfaced online, leading many to believe that this may be the title of the upcoming expansion, potentially revealing where the focus of the story lies. Don't care.
there was a story.
There's no release date, and according to rumors from industry insiders, Starfield's second expansion won't arrive before 2026. So that means they'll be in year 3. Unless you go 0, 1, 2, but still. Blech. Also, leaks suggest Starfield might be coming to PlayStation 5 and Switch 2 sometime in spring 2026. This, I highly doubt. See this button? See that right there? I'm pushing it. Okay, that's all I'm going to read on that. I'm going to switch over to Game Rant. Coping. No Man's Sky new update borrows Starfield's most popular mechanic. Now, I haven't actually gotten to this part of the game in No Man's Sky, but I believe that probably No Man's Sky has done it better. No Man's Sky has released a new content update to let players build their own modules. So, what is Mojo saying? Best part of BGS, you can get creation kit mods that allow you to keep achievements, but only if you pay for them. So let's see. Content update lets players build their own module-based starship piece by piece. Titled Voyagers, new update for No Man's Sky launches across all platforms today. This was posted last week. Released in August 2016 to a lackluster response, No Man's Sky has been one of the biggest comeback stories in gaming, fueling its success over the past 9 years through a series of 32 free, are you listening, Bethesda? Free content updates that have added a wide variety of features to the game. Customizable freighters were added to No Man's Sky less than 3 months after its launch, but this latest update takes ship creation to another level. Voyager adds Corvette workshops, to space stations in No Man's Sky, where players can design the hull silhouette, peripherals of new Corvette-class ships. The system uses a module-based construction mechanic that many fans have already likened to the popular feature. Well, I guess that's a popular feature. I'll give them that. Popular feature in Bethesda Starfield, with hundreds of parts to choose from. Bethesda, where are the hundreds of parts? I know you didn't give us hundreds of parts.
Let me adjust that light. I should have
The
gone with a different color.
system lets players individually place and paint each part and connector with full 360-degree view of the exterior, and interior customization adds further degree of personalization to ships. These are both features that we have in Starfield. The internal decoration part in Starfield, last time I tried it, was broken. Not that it didn't work, but it didn't allow you to fully put things where you wanted. Your cabin was this big, your floor space was this big, so you had a lot of empty air. Adds able to construct much larger than standard ships that players can pilot. These ships can also have onboard amenities like sleeping quarters, teleporters, medical bays, and war rooms, which players are able to visit by walking around the inside of the custom designed ships. I think that's a good segue to this. 4 Horsemen of the Free updates: Hollow Knight, No Man's Sky, Stardew Valley, Terraria. And then we've got, let's see, that actually didn't work the way I thought it would. Okay, so we've got some, I think this might be, I'm not sure if this is an actual build or if this was a promo ship design. But we have many.
It's an awesome ship too.
Yeah, but these are the kinds of things people are coming up with. And there are more examples. I'm going to keep scrolling down, and we'll look at them.
The Terminator.
So, while I'm scrolling, discuss.
Oh my gosh, this is awesome, and this is all for No Man's Sky.
Mm-hmm.
And they're trying, and these fucking journalists are trying to claim that it's inspired by Starfield. I haven't seen anything that awesome in Starfield.
Why am I not seeing any of the...
At all.
See, I'm going to ignore some of what you see while I scroll through this. I'm looking... I was unable to... I was unable... Here, let me do this. Let me go there. And... set game. Let me start up Starfield, or No Man's Sky, just so that we have something to look at while I find... They were all over my feed earlier today. Why are they now not on my feed? That's confusing. Come on, where's... Why? There it is. Oh, I know what I could have done. Let's go back to this, and then I'll do this, and then there we go. Now I can scroll, but we can see who's talking.
Yeah, it's almost 3 years now, and Starfield has continued to fail.
Technically only 2, but still, it's been 2 years.
What's that?
It's been 2 years of Starfield.
But it's going on 3, I thought.
No, we're on. I mean, it depends on how you measure. Like we've had September 2020 or June 2024 was no. I'm sorry. Okay. September 2023 is when Starfield came out. September 2024 was first year anniversary. This month is second year anniversary.
Okay, so we're rolling into year 3.
Okay, that'll work.
And it's failed to produce this whole time. And nobody has had really, honestly, anything good to say about it that's legitimate. But that's the qualifier there. It's just nothing that is legitimate.
Oh, here we go.
Meanwhile, you have No Man's Sky
that's
been consistently pushing out results, consistently producing new players, or well, gaining new players, consistently pushing out new content that people want or that people enjoy, not necessarily want, because they don't necessarily know they want it. Yeah. And I just, the one thing that shocked me about that, Mojo, is not really a shock, but the one thing that got me about that is, wow, I gotta.
This is my favorite one by far. There's actually a video of this one. I'll see if I can find it. There's actually a video of that one. I'm going to try and find it. I think I bookmarked it. Where are my bookmarks? Bookmarks. Here we go. Oops, no sound.
But yeah, sorry, had a bot to deal with there. But anyways, yeah, the only phone that will survive a nuclear holocaust. But anyways, like the
you could not get this level of detail in Starfield. It just could not happen.
You also can't. Wow, thank you, Soda. You also can't do half the shit that they do in No Man's Sky. No Man's Sky, like, they had that lackluster start. That launch was horrendous. But also, as I recall, No Man's Sky was mostly developed by a guy. And I think he probably brought on more people as he worked on it.
Yeah, but, I mean, I think I tried it out at the very beginning. I was not impressed. I waited a few years, tried it again. Like, I think I got Xbox Pass, whatever the heck it's called, Game Pass, a couple of years ago at the Navigator's suggestion. Tried out No Man's Sky and still wasn't jiving with the game. Now, I understand the premise a lot better now versus back then because I was a wee baby gamer, I call myself back then. So, like, I know that No Man's Sky's basically the way you could think about it is No Man's Sky was the Cyberpunk 2077 of the last decade, but now perfected. Come on, there were more of these all over my feed. Where did they go? Oh, this one's funny. I'll show this one this stream of consciousness because it's fun. I'm not sure where I'm not sure where I fit on this chart myself, because I've kind of got a hybrid of the lawful neutral plus the chaotic evil going right now.
Right now, I'm looking like lawful good, but pretty soon I'm going to be. Well, I wouldn't be on this chart.
Okay, back to our discussion. Oh, that's why I was not seeing more. I was on the wrong screen. Okay. But yeah, I think honestly the biggest things that are the best things I can say about No Man's Sky that in the area of it trumping Starfield is the loading screens are camouflaged by the transition between like space and planet surface. You actually fly your ship to planet, approach planet's atmosphere, go through planet's atmosphere, go down, fly over the line, pick your spot to land, and land there. It's procedurally generated, yes, but you can see where you're going and you can pick your spot for landing. Before you do so, on Starfield, you have designated landing zones that are procedurally generated nothingness that go on for a long ways with nothing in them, and you don't get to pick where those are, and you don't get to pick up your ship, move it to an area nearby, and land again. All of these things are possible in No Man's Sky.
We should probably scroll. There we go.
Yeah, they can't see that though. At least on mine, they might still be able to see it on yours. I got
They were
distracted.
able to see it online.
I can't find any more. Helldivers must have just put out a thing too, because I've been seeing a lot of that in my feed of late. Doggone it. Oh well, we'll go back to here. Actually, yeah, we'll just go back to here. I wonder if I can
Don't mind me.
go to that. Let's go with... No, let's not do that. So yeah, there's been a lot of discussion of late of Starfield versus...
I just feel like it's a whole lot of fluff, and they're just trying to breathe life back into it. Well, life that it never had.
Yeah.
Striking me as, some Full Metal Alchemist crap. They tried to produce life from nothing, and it went horribly, horribly wrong.
Here, let's do this. Haha, I win. Yeah, this is a full thing in No Man's Sky Voyagers. Assemble and complete custom starship piece by piece from a catalog of hundreds of possible modules in a variety of sci-fi aesthetics. Explore full creative choice over your Corvette's configuration and furnishings. Oh, sorry, that said explore full creative choice. Select and arrange every section of hull, every wing and peripheral, every internal corridor and bunk bed. I think some of that means that there's some adaptivity that you can do to parts. Like maybe it's kind of in Kerbal Space Program 2, another dead game. You could put like fins on your rocket and then shape them. I forget what it's called, but like you could have slider bars and it would be bigger, it'd grow longer, it'd be thicker at the base, these sorts of things. This reads kind of like it would be like that. I wish I had a game save with the funds to actually... Thank you, Morph. I wish I had enough funds in one of my saves to really like get into that, but I don't. I'm doing better on my second playthrough to have more funds to be able to build, but I don't think I have enough yet to make a complete starship, let alone do styling choices. So, I'm probably going to be playing No Man's Sky here in the near future on Deep Dive Gaming, and possibly lagging out. But I'm still undecided. I'm trying to solve a certain resourcing problem in Satisfactory. If I can get that done this week, maybe we can do some No Man's Sky next week. So invite your friends on board and transport them across the universe. That's something Starfield definitely does not have. Step out of the pilot seat and walk around the interior of your ship as it autopilots to its destination. Take refuge in your Corvette, maximize its stats and potential, and fight back against Sentinel Horde in a time-limited community expedition. I have not encountered those quite yet. What else is going on? There's more patch updates. Rendering. This is interesting. Added support for NVIDIA DLSS 4, deep learning, super sampling. And that's the thing, is this game is a third of the size of Starfield. Let me go over to my Steam really quick and you won't see it, but I'll show it off here. Or not show it. I'll ring it up. I can't talk anymore. There we go. Installed files for No Man's Sky, 25.99 gigabytes. Okay, let's go look at Starfield. Starfield, I don't have it installed anymore, but Starfield, space required, 135.7 gigabytes.
Why do games need that much?
Not all of them do. No Man's Sky is doing the same thing or better at
Well,
a fifth of the size.
yeah, easily. My problem when it comes to size issue, this could go so many different directions there.
Yes, phrasing,
But
phrasing warning.
when it comes to disk size, that doesn't sound any better. When it comes to disk space requirements, better. It's Call of Duty. What was it? I think it was Warzone. 500 gigs. It was a 500 gig download. Thanks, Soda. 500 gigs. And you run an update, their update files had a habit of being anywhere in the neighborhood. I had so many problems with somebody coming and bringing their damn PlayStation to my house and then
Not me.
downloading.
I didn't bring anything along. This was not me.
Not you, not you. This was a few years ago. This was actually before I moved to Florida. They came to our house, stayed for a couple of months, brought their PlayStation, and they back to back downloaded Apex Legends and Call of Duty Warzone. Blew out at the time I had Comcast, and at the time they had data caps. It blew out my data cap usage, my data usage. It pissed me off so very bad. We're talking 500 gigs plus updates. Then we're talking whatever the size, the space requirements were for Apex Legends. So my question still stands. What in the hell is up with the storage requirements of these games, of modern era games? Some present company excluded.
We gotta look up some more No Man's Sky stuff. Oops. See if I can find any more articles. There are other things that I found interesting, and I'm gonna see if I can find it here. The guy running No Man's Sky talked about how they've had to completely re-engineer stuff on the back end to make the stuff they're doing in No Man's Sky now possible.
That's dedication.
Yeah,
Because back
this
in
is
the day,
something. This is something Starfield has needed for a while. Like
and
since
again,
it first came out. Keep going.
Yeah, there you go, Mojo. And the fact that you need at least that much free just to do updates. Yeah. Thanks for that, Mojo. But just thinking about like that's dedication. Back in the day, developers and gamers would do everything they could. Well, not gamers necessarily, but developers would do everything in their power to make new cool things possible. It was trying to remember the game. I think it was Half-Life. They were working on.
Okay. I know what I need to do. All right.
Yeah, it was Half-Life. You minimized that app.
Oops.
But I think it was Half-Life where you get in a subway car and you would go from one area to the next. And in order to make the subway car possible, what they did was they built the subway car around the character and made it a hat that the character would wear so that they could actually ride in the subway car. You know.
Change stream. I'm going to put this up. So here it is. The team at Hello have been working on Voyagers for a long time. The technical challenges they have had to overcome to make any of this possible have been immense. Almost every part of the game has had to be reworked to accommodate these relative spaces. Having your multiplayer crew walking around calmly editing your ship as it travels at warp speeds towards the planet that is being generated as you approach. It's pretty insane what's been going on behind the scenes to make that work. So yeah, anyone aboard, you can have people join you on your ship and edit your ship if you want.
Ooh.
Let's see. Let me bring this up to.
Meanwhile, in Starfield, you'd be floating through space, and somebody would come in and edit your ship, and suddenly you're missing an airlock and sucked out into space.
Yeah, let me grab this. Turn that off. Change this over to be Steam. And then we'll put that there so that you guys on my channel can read it. So yeah, it's pretty insane what they're able to do in this game, and it's showing up Bethesda in so many ways. Like, I'm aghast that this game exists because of the trash that we've been given by Bethesda with,
Right?
and I'm getting broaden the range a little bit. Like, I love Fallout 4, don't get me wrong. Fallout 3 is a little difficult for me to get my head wrapped around. I've tried New Vegas, same problem. But Starfield, and I've never tried any of the Elder Scrolls games, so I'm going to leave that on the side. But the fact that all of those games are huge, like let's play a game. Let's look at the installed files. Look at this. I don't know if you can see it. 35.67 gigabytes.
You're gonna have to change your window.
Well, I think my stream can see it. Let me double check. Nope. Hang on. All right. Can I see that on my? No, it's not gonna let me. Okay. So I guess you'll have to take my word for it. Fallout 4, a game that is only a year older than No Man's Sky, is 35, almost 36 gigabytes to install, and it's nowhere near the same size.
Well, that's arguable because the assets might unload and certain assets will unload, whereas you have a continuous world that you're working with in Fallout. So it might have unloaded stuff in the background. I'm not gonna. I'll put it this way: I won't jump on that bandwagon, but I'm not gonna. And I would agree with you. I would probably suggest that possibly, potentially, your gripe with Fallout 3 might have a little bit more to do with the modability. It's not as moddable, if you will,
No,
as Fallout 4 is.
my problem is with the base mechanics. Like, I still have trouble, and I'm probably gonna hear some pushback from Mojo on this. Read some pushback from Mojo on this one. But Mojo says Elder Scrolls Oblivion remastered 112 gigabytes.
119.
0.17. I'm rounding up. At that point, it doesn't make a difference. But as the British say, as near as makes no difference. 120 gigabytes.
I'll give you 120, but you said 112.
I'm having that kind of a day. I did that at the beginning of the stream. I did that at the beginning of the stream. I called Starfield Steam.
Words are hard.
Words are hard, especially when you're trying to talk online to people in the chat box. Anyways, my point was for Fallout 3, Fallout New Vegas more so, was the roll the dice aspect of shooting, of gunplay.
I will give you New Vegas because not everybody appreciates the dice roll mechanics / RPG elements of an action survival game like that, action RPG like that.
That's probably Fallout 4 probably ruined me for the other Fallout games because it had gun mechanics that actually worked.
Well, I mean, to tell you the truth, gun mechanics in Fallout 3 worked normal. you didn't get your RNG or dice roll aspects unless you were using VATS mode, if I remember correctly.
I don't know. All I know is that at the range that I was trying to fire my weapon into NPC faces, I should not have missed.
I'll give you that.
And Fallout 3 just did not. The story did not engage me. It might have been that I knew the story already, so playing the game was knowing the ending of the game, because we at Deep Dive Gaming know that I'm all about the story in games. I like to see the ending of the story, and so I will do what I can to reach the end of the story. But if I've already seen the end of the story, I'm less incentivized to get there, which may have had a detrimental effect on my attempt to play Fallout 3 on stream or Fallout New Vegas ever. Although New Vegas is a little, I tried that one before I actually knew any of the story, so that one's a little harder to say. I'm talking with my hands. If you ever see me gaming, if you ever see me on a normal stream and I'm gaming and all you can see is the static image, I'm doing this just because.
All the time. I am just as bad.
I'm flailing when I should be controllering. But yes, back.
Mojo, I have better aim than that, according. And no, I'm not using VATS.
So, anyone in any of the chat boxes want to throw in their 2 cents, accounting for inflation, or any other aspects that we haven't maybe talked about comparing Starfield with No Man's Sky? Let's see. I'm trying to find.
I don't have anything further to add to this. I've rather enjoyed depth. Inventory man.
Hang on a second. I'm compiling. So in No Man's Sky, you've got fewer. You don't have a weight limit per se. At least I haven't run into one yet. But you do have a limited number of inventory slots. You've got a pretty large stack size for the inventory slots you have, but you don't start out with as many as one would like, especially a loot goblin like Mojo.
Or one that is a loot goblin in training, like Mariner.
Mojo says Starfield should have been way better than No Man's Sky given the vastly different budgets. Also, the vast amount of time between the release of the 2 games. Starfield being 7 years younger than No Man's Sky, should have been able to do everything in that No Man's Sky is doing now better. But they...
And you got the pedigree behind it.
Yeah. Here's a point to that video that I mentioned earlier about how Starfield is a fake game. And I might have just lost it. I lost the point in the lead up to talking about the point. I've lost it. Something about No Man's Sky. Oh yeah, that was it. Okay. So one of the things that Todd Howard was talking about in the lead up to Starfield's release was how you have a galaxy to explore. You have planets. You can look up in the sky and you can see a moon. And Todd Howard says, yes, you can go there. This was a lie. This was false advertising because you don't hop in your spaceship, fly directly from the surface of the planet you're on to the surface of the moon you're on. You've got 3 loading screens, 4 if you count the transition from the planet orbit to the moon orbit, because you've got to take off, you've got a set course, so you're transitioning from one orbit to another. Okay, so it's only 3, but then you've got the landing animation loading screen, and that's not to mention getting on and off the ship, because that's that's also kind of a loading screen because you don't actually like explore. Yeah,
Do you
it's
remember those transitions? And I will say that those transitions annoyed me.
yeah. There's a lot. So that was the thing. That was the reason it was a fake game because there was a lot of smoke and mirrors in Starfield.
So yeah, pay no attention to the man behind the curtain.
And they were trying. Here's another thing.
Somebody's saying hi. That's Low Red.
I don't know if she showed up on yours or if she showed up.
Yeah,
Tell her to be on the
probably.
other side of you because you were
What's that?
that side of you's cut off more than the other side. So we saw part of his silhouette. So if she stood on your other side to say hi, we'd get a better angle.
Oh, Mojo says hi, Low Red.
Hello.
Mojo is the Mariner's mod and friend.
Okay.
Yep. So, um,
Banning people from the chat.
these are bots.
Yeah,
I'm not sure if they're showing up on yours or mine, but
they're showing up on mine for sure.
okay.
Right.
But yeah, it's
Bots.
just
Bots,
were-
bots, 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 bots.
yeah.
There we go.
Another like a great example of something that No Man's Sky does a lot better than Starfield is in the when you say take off from a planet and you can go point your ship up and it goes up and you leave the atmosphere and enter space. You can then continue to fly and the perspective will change. So you will be able to fly a little ways, turn around, look at the planet you were just on, and it has shrunk. In Starfield, you have a fly box, and the planet that you're looking at is a two-dimensional image at the edge of that fly box that you can fly towards for infinity and beyond, and get nowhere closer to.
Infinity and beyond.
So, and then on the planet surface, you've got a set space that's filled up for you. Well, filled up. If you actually land on a planet in No Man's Sky and travel a certain way, you will be a certain distance from where you started, measurably so. You can summon your ship to where you were. That's another thing that No Man's Sky did properly. You needed a mod for that in Starfield. But yeah, you can actually make progress toward or away from a point of interest in No Man's Sky. So like those things combined with the new things of being able to make your ship, or build a custom ship, design a custom ship, decorate a custom ship. You've got side quests and a main quest to do. There is no elements of Starfield that now does not exist in No Man's Sky. I can't think of one. If anyone
So
in the
there's
chat,
justification to get Starfield.
there's none, no justification. The story isn't worth the $135. No, sorry, 135 gigabytes for Starfield. And honestly, with the next DLC, you will be spending $135 for the entire game. So
Okay, so No Man's Sky, 7 years ago,
9.
published, huh?
9.
Oh, I'm sorry, 9 years ago, No Man's Sky came out. They published a flop. They redeemed themselves within about 6 months to a year? They redeemed themselves. Published, full ranging story, proper sequential / generative whatever for planet exploration, put in content that they promised step by step that they weren't able to at launch. Like, in truth, they should have just delayed and then launched after they got everything done. But again, they redeemed themselves. And then they put out new vehicles, new ships, new content, and it seems like they've been doing that consistently for years. Excuse me, got the hiccups. And it's everything that Starfield promised and more, and does it better. And it's 9 years old.
Yeah, like this is why I'm saying No Man's Sky win, Starfield. Mojo says, I think they did the launch when they did was because they needed more capital in order to finish the game, and it almost killed it. So how does this redemption story compare to Cyberpunk 2077, a game that I would probably never be touching?
Oh.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm just gonna put it out there. The likelihood of my playing Cyberpunk, very remote. Especially now that given I've got the new galaxy to explore, universe to explore in No Man's Sky.
Yeah, I mean, okay, fair. It's in truth, I can understand your opinion on that one because I don't think Cyberpunk really fits your aesthetic necessarily.
Gazoo says yeah, really quick. Gazoo says he does like the Starfield graphics better, and I can say there would be an argument for that if they hadn't called it NASA Punk.
Oh God.
That's legitimately what one of the game devs or one of the team members for Starfield called the look of that they were going for in Starfield was NASA Punk.
Oh, okay. The redemption arc. Wow, that's definitely not what we were looking for. Sorry. The redemption arc for No Man's Sky. I can't put them in the same category. I'll put it that way. Cyberpunk's problems were mostly
your audio cut out right there.
Sorry. So Cyberpunk's redemption arc was centered around mostly performance issues, broken quests, broken queues to trigger for quests, things like that. And then additionally, they were having problems across the board for just everything in Cyberpunk, and it went from a barely functional game on other platforms, passable on PC in most instances. I got extremely lucky. I didn't really have issues when I got it initially. It was just so many broken quests and broken quest triggers. So I put it down for a year, and now I'm almost done with the DLC before I finish the game itself. But that redemption arc I just can't put in the same category for No Man's Sky, because from what I understand, No Man's Sky, their issue wasn't that the game was broken, performance issues, barely functional. Their issues were lacking on content. At least that was my understanding.
Yeah, and I think that's probably, wow, really, you're gonna do that? Sorry, I'm trying to bring this tab back in. That's not what I wanted at all. There we go. Just looking at stuff. I figured we could put this up if I can get the operator to cooperate. Let me put the tab back on the window. There we go. Oh, hush. Come on, come here. Nope, that's not it. Sorry, it's being, OBS is being a little you know what.
A little punk?
Yeah.
Gazoo. For all Todd Howard's talk about 10-year roadmaps, we haven't seen it. I don't think. I think Mariner said it best when this game came out. Todd Howard phoned it in.
There we go. That's what I was looking for. Let's scroll it back here. So this is the promo for the Voyagers update for No Man's Sky. I'm not going to do sound.
Still can't see what you're looking at.
Oh, sorry. I got to change to that. There you go. Not lagging out, people can do it. Let me start it over again. Yeah. So you were saying, Gazoo?
This is No Man's Sky.
Yes.
This is beautiful. This is...
Remember, this is a promo. Some of this is probably not like realistic.
Pre-rendered.
Some of it might be pre-rendered, or it was touched up after the fact. But like some of this looks pretty accurate.
How much is engine and how much is gameplay? Okay, I'll give you that. But still, I'm looking at this and like...
This is definitely rendered. That last bit was definitely engine.
This looks so much better. Everything about it so much better than what I've seen in Starfield. I've seen the gameplay, your gameplay, and like character models. They looked so horribly bitmapped. If that phrasing makes sense, if you know what I mean. Like you look at, let's say you look at This is proud. Don't kill me for making this comparison, but do you remember GoldenEye 007 and 64 character graphics?
I know, I'm aware of what they looked like. I didn't actually ever get to play 007 GoldenEye, but I think I know what you're talking about. Yes.
So the character, the bitmap graphics, like you look at the characters and it looks like they took a MS Paint drawing and just plastered it around the polygons.
Yeah.
The facial features of Starfield reminded me of that. They didn't look exactly like that, but they reminded me of that really badly.
I thought they looked pretty good for being of the same engine as Fallout 4. They definitely polished things up, but it was still the same idea. Some of the, yeah, it was. I mean, I didn't have a problem with the way people looked in the way the cities looked in that regard. Like there are problems with the fact with
more their expressions or lack thereof and their voice.
Yeah,
their voiceover.
I'm fairly well convinced that the probability of shattered space voice acting was 90% AI, because there was no emotion in any of the lines. I didn't call them voice actors when I was playing Shattered Space. I called them voice contributors, because all it seemed like they did was walk in, read some lines into a microphone, then leave collecting their check. But thinking back, knowing what I know now about AI, looking at you, Gazoo, they could have totally done AI voice recordings for Shattered Space. And I would almost say the script was AI generated, except for the fact that I know better, because AI wasn't really quite around when they would have been developing Shattered Space, at least not to the degree that it is that they would have needed for Shattered Space DLC to be AI generated.
A lot of the cadence in AI voice work, the cadence is the key giveaway for you to know whether or not it's AI, because the diction and cadence, I think that's the way you would refer to it, because I've heard quite a few AI readers recently because there have been a couple of YouTube channels that I follow that got taken over. Hackers that use AI to run channels, and the readers, like you can hear the lack of emotion or the way emotion is generated in the readers, like sudden excitement or the excitement's just off, the emotion in the voices, it's just like, why do you sound like you're crying when you're trying to laugh? And then the cadence of the words that are read just being off. It's like, why did you stop like that and then start?
Yeah. And then the final thing I want to talk about, because we are at time, is the thumbnail for the trailer. Does that look like anything to anybody besides me? Am
I'd
I
like you to show
broadcasting
me
it?
that thumbnail.
I think I'm broadcasting it.
I'd like you to show that to me.
Okay, Mojo. I'll have to yield knowledge on that, because it didn't seem like AI was on the periphery for so long. I didn't think they'd had time to use it to make the stuff for Shattered Space.
I have a feeling that they probably used it to try and take shortcuts, but it didn't go the way they wanted it to.
Okay. AI, I didn't realize AI had been around for as long as it had been. It's been in the popular conscience only for the past 5 years or so. But yeah, that thumbnail, does that are you seeing where I'm going with that thumbnail?
That's the No Man's Sky thumbnail.
Yeah, for the Voyager's trailer. Does it look like anything to anybody else?
It looks like they're intentionally trying to slap Starfield in the face.
Thank you, because Starfield images. Let's see if I can find some good promo images for Starfield. There's one, not quite what I was looking for. There's another one that's closer to what I was thinking. There we go. That's kind of what I was looking at. The pose is definitely there.
Mm-hmm.
The circle behind him, definitely. There you go. Look at the circle on Shattered Space there. Let's see. Is there another Shattered Space Starfield logo? But yeah, that's definitely. I definitely think No Man's Sky. We're going, hey, there's a good one. Hey, No Man's Sky was definitely going, hey, Starfield, look what we did. Better than you, even. There's a good one. Oops. Definitely says something with their thumbnail, doesn't it? I'm not finding any other good ones. But yeah, when I first saw this, I had to read that text, be like, is this for Starfield or No Man's Sky?
Mm-hmm.
So that's the last thing I wanted to mention on this stream of consciousness. So, anything else, or shall we do our shameless plugs?
I think we should go ahead for our shameless plugs. So I'll go ahead and take the lead on this part. Hey, stop on by on Friday for the Lagging Out podcast. That's myself, Soda, Chieftain, and sometimes Mariner, sometimes Rogue Penguin. Just stop on by and enjoy our nonsense that we talk pop culture and gaming news.
Your thing only has your whatever's going on with your Discord. It goes good for about an hour, and then because you're cutting out again. Yeah. Talk slower, maybe? I don't know.
I guess. Check us out Friday nights, 7 Central. 8 Eastern. It's the Lagging Out podcast. We talk a bunch of nonsense about pop culture and gaming, make fun of different Hollywood weirdos. Join us. Sometimes we got Mariner with us, sometimes Penguin with us. Also check out Foxy Kaori on Wednesday nights, about 7 Central, I want to say.
I want to say, 8 Central, I think, so 7 Eastern.
Other way.
Okay. So
7
8 Central.
8 Eastern.
Yeah, something along those lines. Around that time block.
Check us out on lagginout.com.
There it goes again. Yeah, we'll have to look at doing another app for this, because Discord is definitely letting us down right at the end too, where it's most frustrating.
That's right.
I'm surprised I don't die on your side at all.
I haven't had you die on me yet.
So anyways, we'll flash flood over to my side. Deep Dive Gaming, I will be on tomorrow at 5 o'clock Eastern Time for more Satisfactory. I too stream on Lagging Out at 7:30 Eastern Time Thursday. And then, like Hiro mentioned, I will occasionally guest on the live. Not this week, probably not this month, unless something drastic happens. But also, I will be back on Sunday nights. So main streaming times for me are 7:30 Eastern Time. Wednesday's a little bit different because I have production meeting with Lagging Out, where we pick out the topics for the Friday Night Live. Gazoo says, I think Deep Dive Gaming talked more than Hiro. New record achieved.
Potentially. I'll admit Deep Dive Gaming knew more about the topic than I did.
That's why I picked it. I was the one who'd been looking at it all week. So it was definitely going to be a me topic this week. We've had Hiro topics for the past few weeks, though, or a few streams.
Right.
With the Zelda stuff. I'm interested in Zelda too, don't get me wrong, but Hiro just knows more about it than I do.
Yeah, that's that weaponized autism right there.
All right, well, I think that is it for this evening. So thank you all for coming on the Lagging Outside and on the Deep Dive Gaming side. Hiro, as always, thank you. I will sign off on my side, and then you can sign off on yours. Until next time, enjoy No Man's Sky or Starfield if you like to torture yourself. Fair winds and fun gaming, people. Bye-bye.
And this is Hiro, lagging out and signing off.